right, number 4 reads, the penniless barista at Starbucks told Hannah that she also had dreams of majoring in left-handed Ukrainian puppetry. Okay, well, first off, I want to find my noun clause. And so I'm looking for my trigger word, which is going to be the word that. So when you're reading these sentences, maybe you kind of skim through and see if you can find the word that or find one of your interrogatives. Here's the word that, and I'm just going to listen to where this thing ends. So that she also had dreams of majoring in left-handed Ukrainian puppetry. So there's our whole noun clause. So on the outside, I have my main sentence. I'm just going to figure out first off, before I get into diagramming it, what is this thing? Because this whole thing's trying to serve as a noun. Like, what noun job are you doing? So just kind of regroup yourself. The barista is your subject. Told is your action verb. Hannah's a noun, but so is this structure. So when you have a subject, action, verb, noun, that only happens 2 different times, either a pattern 8 or a pattern 10. And at pattern 10, this second noun is renaming the previous noun. It's renaming the direct object. But in a pattern 8, we're saying the barista told to Hannah this. So Hannah, you must be our indirect object, and then this noun clause must be its direct object. Okay. So once again, the names on your diagrams might be different from what I have up here, but I think you're still going to be fine. Here we go. So I'm going to make my base sentence. I know there's a subject. I know there's an action verb. I know that my indirect object is going to be here. I give myself a little space. I know not to get some other words. No, I don't. All right, I'm good. I'm getting ahead of myself. Here we go. So we have the barista told. So here's our barista told. And I want you to resist that temptation of saying the barista told Hannah. The barista is actually telling to Hannah. So Hannah is actually going to serve as our indirect object. If you want to, you can put an X here. You can put the word to. You can leave it blank, but that's our indirect object. I'm going to fill out the rest of this before I get into my noun clause. So I'm going to say it's the barista, a penniless barista, and it's a barista at Starbucks. So filling in those descriptive words. It's the barista. She's penniless. Do you hear the irony? She's penniless. I can't spell penniless. There's that. How about that for irony, right? Brilliant grammar teacher can't spell. I just got mail. The penniless barista, and then it's a barista at Starbucks. So anyway, the irony is that she majored in this awful thing of left-handed puppetry, and now she's working at Starbucks. Okay, so the penniless barista at Starbucks told Hannah what? Let's do it. Let's build our tree. All right. When I get up here, I have a that, which basically means I'm going to be starting a noun clause, and I can see my subject verb. My verb is going to be had. My subject is she. And she had, what does she have? She has dreams, direct object. She has dreams. What kind of dreams? Well, she also had dreams. I'm going to put this little adverb in while I'm here. I'm really switching between colors really smoothly this time. Look at me. Like a boss. All right, and then we have this prep phrase, of majoring. So we have of, but instead of having the noun majoring, I gave you a throwback. I gave you a gerund. I know you saw that already. I can't pull one over you guys, but here we go. So here's of, and then here's majoring. It's my object of that preposition, but it ends in ing, so that is my throwback. Here's my gerund. It's majoring, and I'm majoring in this ridiculous major, which is majoring in, I'm going to break it down. Now, you can certainly call it all one big name, but I'm going to call it puppetry. It's left-handed puppetry, and it is Ukrainian. I don't know. It seems very specific. So in puppetry, it's left-handed. I'm going to treat it as all one big word, but if you want to separate it, you certainly can. And it's Ukrainian puppetry. Perfect. The only thing we're missing then is we're missing that word that. We haven't done one of those in a while. Remember, the word that is an expletive. It gets to float above the verb. Give it a couple dash lines before you build your satellite. And now the word that gets to sit here. My satellite's kind of slanting, isn't it? There we go. Oh, so if I was going to ask you what the pattern is, here's our subject, our action verb, our indirect, and our direct. You would say this is a lovely pattern 8. Up here, it's a pattern 7, but the main sentence down here is a pattern 8 with a special little gerund for you. Great work.